Hello Internet, and welcome to the second location into this weekend's road trip. Today you join us in the historic town of Battle. Internet, welcome back to the channel. Today something pretty different. Today you join us in Samphire Hoe. So what is Samphire Hoe? Well, when they constructed the Eurotunnel, obviously a huge amount of soft material had to be removed from underneath the sea. And this was called something Marl. I'll put the title up here now. I am honestly researched. Anyway, so when they removed all the material, they basically created this island area here and turned it into a nature reserve, and it became Samphire Hoe. I mean, it's just incredible. All of this was man-made, created as a nature reserve from all the soft material removed from underneath the ocean. It's just incredible. And I mean, look at that for a backdrop, right? The white cliffs behind us as well. We only became aware of its existence because we actually have a dear friend that lives here, and we're through visiting said friend right now. And yeah, it's just incredible. I'd never even heard of the place, and that they'd created this from all the waste material. The fact that we've actually generated something nice for nature, it's really nice to hear. And honestly, the views, I mean, we're right on the edge of the coast. We've got the cliffs behind us, and on a day like today where the wind's kind as well, and we've got another blue sky and cloudy day, it's just unbelievable. It's been a long time since I've been to the coast. I met Rose on the coast because she was born and raised on the coast, but we don't get back very often. But it's really nice to get to some of the coast. Blows the cobwebs away. Good clean air. That's what I like. What I don't like is the wind constantly blowing my hood up. Seems every video I film put out for you guys, I've got a weird looking hood at the back of my neck all day long. But wow, I mean look, just beautiful, right? Hello Internet, and welcome to the second location into this weekend's road trip. Today you join us in the historic town of Battle, just down the road from Hastings. Of course, site of one of the most famous battles in English history, the Battle of Hastings in 1066, where William the Conqueror dethroned and slaughtered King Henry. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the open ground and battlefield for the Battle of Hastings. I mean, 1066, fighting it out on this very ground. And of course this was, it was one of the biggest battles of English history. I mean, it changed the course of history in Europe. So of course, the Battle of Hastings was fought on the 14th of October 1066. William obviously in charge of the French Norman army, and Harold Godwinson of course in charge of the English Anglo-Saxon army. So a bit of a background to the battle. In January 1066, King Edward died, which is what set up a chain of events for succession, basically. Harold was crowned king shortly after, but he soon faced invasions from William and his own brother Tostig, and the Norwegian king, Harold Hardrada. Harold soon defeated Harald and Tostig in the Battle of Stamford in September 1066, right before William invaded and the Battle of Hastings took place. So Harold had the upper hand in the battle against William. Most of his forces was made up entirely of infantry with just a few archers, whereas William's forces were only half infantry and the rest made up of cavalry and archers. And William made several attempts at breaking the ranks and the front lines of Harold's army, but to no avail. Harold's army stood strong. William wasn't even making an impact until they changed tactic, and they chose to make it look like they were fleeing and running, in which Harold's forces would then follow, and they would then turn on them trapping them and being able to cut them down into smaller pieces. And this ultimately won William the Battle of Hastings, and Harold lost his life. Can you imagine battle-weary legs carrying those heavy shields, chainmail, swords, spears, trying to run across this battlefield, chasing what you think is a retreating army, only to come over the brow of the hill and find William's cavalry charging towards you, archers in the background, infantry coming out of the woods, and you're now in smaller pieces of numbers as you're surrounded and slaughtered by William's men. What a time. What a scary time to live. But how amazing to think that all of that was happening in this very spot. It's just incredible. The Benedictine Abbey of Battle was founded and largely endowed by King William in about 1071. Dedicated to the Trinity, the Virgin and St. Martin of Tours, it was established as a memorial to the dead of the battle and as atonement for the bloodshed of the conquest. It was also a highly visible symbol of the piety, power and authority of the Norman rulers. Unfortunately, you're not able to visit the abbey itself as that's now been converted into a high school, but you can still see the abbey. You can also see the gatehouse, the Battle Town Council and many other things, as well as the battleground itself. This at the top here was actually the dormitory where the monks slept, not the room below I showed before. Quite a place. And now imagine their view from the dormitory. One side across to the abbey, church to the rear, and woodlands and parks to the other side. Some location. By the late Middle Ages, Battle Abbey had its own coat of arms. The swords and the crowns are most likely a reference to William the Conqueror, the abbey's founder. The stained glass, which is modern, is based on a 14th century panel depicting the abbey's arms. This panel is now in the Ball collection in Glasgow. Around a table like this, the Abbey treasurer, prior and abbot would collect and negotiate rent and other payments from tenants.
Considering how old it is, like, it's in good condition.
Within this display chest contains fragments of a crozier head made from walrus ivory in the early 12th century, one of the few surviving objects conveying the wealth and splendour of Battle Abbey.
Rosary beads.
Nope.
Wow, it's very nice.
Wow, these are tight. Oh, and steep. Oh gosh. Bit of a warren. Oh wow.
Okay then guys, well that pretty much wraps up today's walkabout video and a bit of English heritage. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give us a big thumbs up if you like the video, and if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell and you'll find out when the next episode is due to release. Thanks very much everybody for watching, much love, and as always, have a beautiful day.